Hey everyone, how are you? Thanks for joining me today. And I'm going to continue with my refresh that I've been working on post Christmas. I have done the music room and the family room, and I've been infusing green in the family room and throughout the house, and I'm going to continue doing that here in the dining room. But before I do that, I just wanted to show you the China hutch right here. Again, this is not something that a lot of people have anymore, but a lot of people still do have them, and it's a great way to display pieces that you may have. Now, right now, I have decided to completely use China in here, which is not a popular thing anymore. People really don't get China anymore, but this was a set that was from my parents. It is Czechoslovakian. That country doesn't even exist anymore, right? And it is has a lot of silver and a pewter kind of coloration on it. And I like to usually put this in the China hutch during the winter because of its neutrality. So as you can see, it has a very subtle design to it. It has, like these silver and gray kind of flowers. It has a little hint of green in the leaves as well. This is a service for 12, and it has additional pieces such as the soup tureen here and the gravy bowl and the large serving platter and so on. So, like I said, I like to put this out for winter. Now, I just said that I'm infusing green, and I will eventually change this china to green as we move into spring. But right now, I like to enjoy seeing this here, as well as I put things that have silver in them, like these glasses with our letter C on them, and some glitzy pieces right here. On the sides, you can actually get a look at the cups, what they look like, the little coffee cups. They're very gentle, and even that, we usually wouldn't use something so small. People want a larger cup of coffee nowadays than that little tiny cup. But anyway, so that is the China hutch in my dining room refresh. So as I mentioned in the music room video, I have a column in that room with a big urn on it, and I had this one in storage up in the attic for the longest time because I thought, well, those aren't in style and I don't want to put it out. And you know what? That's garbage, because if I like it, why shouldn't I put it out, right? So if you have stuff like this and you really like it, put it out. And it goes exactly with what I'm infusing into the room. And here is that green right here. And I have this beautiful pot here, which was hand painted, and it's glazed very heavily. It's a really, really very, very heavy, nice pot, and I'm not putting anything in it because it can stand alone just like that. So rather than put something in it at this point, I leave it like that. So possibly when the spring comes, I might put a living plant in there that I can lift out and water and put it back in there. But for now, I think it's attractive just like that. So here's a close-up of that pot as well as the column. Now, I know, it's not spring, it's not even early spring, and I'm not decorating for that. I'm decorating for everyday life because it's just becoming very difficult to constantly change things for every season. Not because I'm old or tired. It's just that I feel like as soon as I put it out, it's time to take it down. And Marianne does not work well with change. When I put something up, she wants it to stay there forever. And we have to go through that period of that she feels like, oh, why did you change that? And so I'm trying to get away from all of that stuff. Some of the are pieces that we really love, I'm putting out for us to look at all the time, like this. Okay, so let's talk about simplistic, clean, and crisp. Basically, is my best way of describing this. What I did was I did put a glass jug right here, and I put some white branches in it because it is winter, and then it will give me the opportunity to make a nice arrangement here when spring does come, and it'll feel like, spring is here, like when I put something very colorful in there. But for now, these white branches. Now, I've been keeping all of that to a minimum this year, the white, the starkness, and all of that kind of stuff, because we live with it here all the time. Winter here is long and dark and cold, and I don't need to bring that into the house because it is outside all the time. So in the house, I want it to feel a little bit more warm, but I still want to not ignore the season totally. Like I just said, I know I'm decorating for every day, but with an arrangement like this, I can, like I said, I can change this. I can make this big and beautiful and colorful for the spring or when Easter comes. Now next to it right here, I have this glass bowl right here. And what I did was I put some green apples in there just to carry that green idea. Now again, I usually hide those apples until, the late summer or the fall. But why? Because I really like them. So, and I like the color. So I'm still using the glass, the clear glass for lightness, for the winter's darkness, as well as this, I can't think of what it's called right now. I am just drawing a blank, but you know what it is anyway. Okay, so this is the sidebar and our beautiful mirror and our two beautiful buffet lamps as well. So our dining room set also has this piece right here, which is a serving piece. And actually what happens is both sides of this can open like this, right? And you can set up things here. Like sometimes what we'll do at Christmas time is we can set up cookies on here and cakes and whatnot, whatever, we decide that we want to do here. So right now I'm keeping it very simple and clean, and all I have on here is this lamp with a hand-painted shade that I did. And we have some cordial glasses right here because a lot of times when people stop over, we give them a little cordial or something like that. Just a little touch of something to warm them up, maybe some Frangelico and some Bailey's Irish Cream or something like that. And a little ice bucket right here. And, clean and easy for me to dust and keep it clean that way. And again, maybe at Easter time, I might put here a bowl of eggs or something like that that is seasonal for the time. So a little, bit of reflective property right here that I'm doing throughout the room. The cordial glasses, the ice bucket, and this little lamp right here in this corner. Next up is the table, of course, and we have the two end chairs, the captain chairs with the arms, and then we have 6 regular chairs. And what I've chosen to do right now is I just have 6 chairs here around the table, and I put 2 additional chairs on each side of the china hutch. So you can see what I did is, again, I've left it very simple. I'm infusing, like I told you, that green into the room. So here I have a cream colored runner with some green and brownish leaves in it. And I put some accessories here, very simple, on the table. Now, it is, we're getting close to Valentine's Day, and I did pay homage to it, but not with red. And I'll give you a close-up of that. Hold on one second. So here in the center, I did kind of like a semi-seasonal piece again, so that when spring does come, I can put some nice colorful arrangement here to reflect that. But again, I didn't want to make it so stark because, like I said, it is very stark outside. So what I did here was I just have this large brandy sniffer, is that how you say it? and I put pine cones in there, and I put two lovebirds in there, one with a greenish tone and one with a slight pinkish tone, just to bring home the idea that it is Valentine's Day, because I do have the Valentine's Day arrangement in the foyer, and that's it. So here I wanted to carry it a little bit into this room, so I put those two birds. Then on the table itself, I used these green leaf dishes, and I put these crystal candle holders here. I put a total of 3 in that plate, and then these large ones, and then 2 here, right here, to carry the green candle, carrying in that green idea. And then I repeated the idea right here as well. Now on each side of the China hutch, what I did was I put a chair on each side, and I put a pillow there which has the hint of green. And it coordinates most excellent with the rug. Many people that come here are fascinated with how I did the wall treatment right here, which I'm going to show you a close-up because I don't know if it's captured on the video. I did all this trim. I put up the chair rail. I did the boxes down below, as well as the picture molding in here. Now, before I show you the close-up, I'm going to explain to you what I did. I chose to use this color. This is a cocoa because we have a very dark cocoa brown in the family room, and then there's a powder room right on the other side of this room, which is that dark cocoa color as well. So I wanted to coordinate a little bit. Again, it's the dining room. I wanted it to make it a little bit more moody and a little bit different than the rest of the house. So what I actually did right here is I got 3 different finishes of the same cocoa brown. So what I did was here on the outside of the picture molding, I got the paint in a satin finish. So here, all on the outside is a satin finish. Now inside the box, what I did was I got the same exact color, but this time I got it in a flat finish. And the reason I got it in a flat finish is because I then got the same color paint again, but in a high gloss finish, and I stenciled all on top of the flat finish with the high gloss finish. So when you look at it, it has a sheen to it, and it actually looks like wallpaper. And I think a lot of people think it is wallpaper. Was it a lot of work? Yes. But is it more work than putting up wallpaper and taking wallpaper down? Let me show you this close. So you see it in there now? That look is achieved by putting a flat paint here and then using the high gloss, the same exact color in high gloss here. So it's a very subtle kind of effect. And like I said, I think a lot of people think it's wallpaper until someone asks me about it, and then I let them know how I did that. And like I said, a lot of people are like, oh, wow, you have so much patience. Again, it was worth it to get a little bit of texture and a little bit of design without the pain, expense, and pain of putting up wallpaper. So there it is. Am I getting tired of it? Yeah, I'm probably going to change it soon, but it's going to be a big project. Got to sand those walls down. Okay, so let's take a look at the room. Thanks so much for stopping by today. Hope everybody's doing okay, and I'll be seeing you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.